Welcome to the top 10 most anticipated comics for, always remember, September 11th, 2024. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you love me helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy and you love daily comic book content, guys, you came to the right place. Also, before we get started, I just gotta give a quick shout out, of course, to Whatnot. If you guys have never checked out Whatnot, great opportunity to save yourself some money, guys. There is a link in my description box below. And when you click on the link, you create your profile, win your first auction on Whatnot. Super easy. You're going to get $15 credit. So whether you collect comic books or other things, it doesn't have to be comics, you guys can save yourself $15 off that first purchase. So what are you waiting for? Check out Whatnot today. All right, so here we go. We're going to kick everything off here with the book that's on the hot seat. And the first book is Avengers Assemble. This is issue 1. So, do we need another Avengers comic book? Maybe, maybe not. But this one could be a lot of fun. This one is spinning out of Jed MacKay's Avengers, and it's going to have the Red Skull's daughter in here. And we're going to have other players on this particular team, which is Captain America, Shang-Chi, Hawkeye. You're going to get, which I think is Shuri. Maybe you might have She-Hulk, Hercules, Wonder Man. So there's going to be a lot of different kinds of characters here. So if you love these characters, you're going to want to check this one out. I am. If I don't like it and it sucks, I'll drop it. 32 pages, $5. Here's the book that's on the rise. We have the Uncanny X-Men. This is issue 2. This is titled, Who Are the Outliers? So, listen, when it comes to the Avengers books, I feel that Uncanny X-Men is probably one of the better books, okay? I think Gail Simone gets the characters the best. I feel like they have the most emotion. I feel like the cast of characters are the best characters. Story-wise, okay. Did have a lot of emotion. Not sure about this endling thing, but again, we'll see the direction of this comic book goes. And this one is 32 pages, and this one is $5. Kick it off the top 10. Here we go. We have The Amazing Spider-Man issue 57. It's probably always going to be on the top 10 because it's getting closer and closer to Zeb Wells' run ending. And in this issue, we have Tombstone, who was convicted, right? He's guilty. He's in jail. Listen, does he get out of jail? I don't know. Do I care? I can't say that this is Zeb Wells' probably best storytelling whenever Tombstone is in the Amazing Spider-Man comic books. So we'll see what happens towards the end of this run here. Legacy numbering, 951, 32 pages, $5. Coming in at number 9, and you're probably going to see a lot of indies on this week's most anticipated, which is totally awesome. And number 9 is Dark Empty Void. This is issue 1. So this is pretty cool. Scientists created a stable microscopic black hole in an underground compound. And what happens is the black hole expands. The scientists lose control of this black hole. And now they have to send somebody in to try to stabilize it before it sucks up the entire world. That sounds fun. I love apocalyptic stories. Does it get to the point of where the world is starting to crumble? I don't know, but I'm jumping on board that ride. So here we go. This one is $5. Coming in at number 8, we have Dead Eyes, Empty Frames. This is issue 1. Raise your hand if you guys read the first volume of Dead Eyes. I did. This guy right here. It's been out quite a while. Don't remember exactly how this book went. It's written by Jerry Duggan. It could be one of those stories where this was a burglar. He was retired, and then he went into the business once again for one big score. And he's like, again, a famous burglar that steals like pictures and treasures and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens again in this next adventure when it comes to Dead Eyes. Great book, nice artwork. I highly recommend this one. I think you're going to like it. 32 pages, $4. Coming in at number 7, we have a Green Lantern issue 15. So again, this is tying into the Absolute Power stuff. I think this book has been pretty good. I think Jeremy Adams is doing a solid job at tying in absolute power to everything. We've gotten to see Hal try to retrieve his ring, I think, in the last issue. We're also getting to see a little bit of this like Sorrow core guy, which I think will be more introduced in once absolute power is over, which I'm totally excited about. Like, I want to know about this absolute about this Sorrow core guy, if he's got other people that are crying behind him that lost like loved ones and stuff, and if he's gonna battle Hal Jordan, you know, because he's jealous. Dude, that would be hilarious. This is 40 pages. This was $5. Coming in at number 6, we have Ain't No Grave, issue 5. Really good, guys. We're coming off the silent issue here, and it looks like Ryder's coming to her own here, where she's coming towards death. And does she accept death, or does she not accept it? And we've been seeing her story throughout her adventure, which I think is pretty cool, because you're telling 2 stories in one. So I think Scotty Young is doing some great storytelling here with some great artwork by Jorge Corona. And this is definitely a story that I recommend to all, especially if you haven't read it yet and when the trade comes out. This one is 32 pages, and this one is $4. Coming in at number 5, and I feel like this is a book that I just couldn't recommend higher than that, because we've been getting a lot of this character lately. It's Wolverine. This is issue 1. A legend begins, a new adamantium, tough new ongoing series. So this one is written by Saladin Ahmed, right? And I don't know what to expect when it comes to this Wolverine series, because I'm not a Saladin Ahmed like hardcore fan. I think he writes some pretty decent stuff, but I don't think he always writes the greatest stuff. But again, we'll see what happens. He could have an absolutely phenomenal Wolverine story that he wants to tell, and Marvel has given him the opportunity to tell it. Also, I think we've just been, you know, thrown in the face with, again, Wolverine, and so it kind of, you know, dumbs down my excitement, especially since we just got the Capullo story and whatnot. So we'll see how this one turns out. This one is legacy numbering 393, 40 pages, $5. Coming in at number 4, we have Space Ghost. This is issue 5. This one's 32 pages for the price of $5. Space Ghost has been an absolute surprise. It's so like edgy, it's not cheesy like the Hanna-Barbera cartoon, and this is a story with Space Ghost, Jan, Jace, and Blip as they are facing Zorak. You got to see him for the first time in the last issue. We get to see his cult as well, and you never know what twists and turns are going to happen in this comic book, and I think that's what makes it so great. It's not predictable. The art is beautiful. It's so detailed. I absolutely love this book. One of the best surprise books in my eyes when it comes from Dynamite Comics. I highly recommend this one, guys. 32 pages for the price of $5. Coming in at number 3 goes to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 2. So after issue 1, we got to see what was going on with Raphael as he was in jail, right? And so were we going to continue that story? Well, based off of what I read in this comic so far, it looks like we're going to learn about Michelangelo and what he's been up to. And it looks like he's been living in Tokyo, becoming a big TV star. How the hell does that happen? What happened to the Turtles? Why did they separate? I need to know that. And do we go back to Raphael and learn a little bit more about him? In the, was it the Free Comic Book Day issue? We got to learn a little bit about Donatello. So we're getting to see a little bit of each turtle in each issue. I think that's where we're getting at. And then eventually they might come together. Really excited about this issue. Love to learn more about Mikey. 28 pages. And this one is $5. All right, coming in at number 2, we have Geiger. This is issue 6. Holy shit, dude. When it comes to Geiger, this book is phenomenal as well. This is the epilogue of the whole electrician storyline. If you read the last issue, we learned about who the electrician was, what his MO is, and what he did to Barney. Very emotional issue when it came to the last one. I literally cried because I am a huge animal lover. I'm a dog lover. I own my own dog. I've owned dogs my entire life, and I know they love the love that they bring to their owners. And that one hit a sweet spot for me, man. And I can't wait to see this epilogue here when it comes to this storyline. Artwork is great. I know the artist is going to take a little bit of a break when it comes to this book, but this is awesome. 32 pages, $4. All right, guys, so after number 1, we are not done, as we got those noteworthy comic books to talk about. Remember, these are the books that are also hitting store shelves, and these are just not my top 10 books. You got to know what else is coming out, right? So my number 1 goes to Transformers issue 12, the final issue of the second story arc. We got news that Daniel Warren Johnson will be on this book for another year until issue 24. So what happens when it comes to Cybertron taking over Earth? It says, the fate of two worlds is decided here as the Autobots and Decepticons make choices that will change the universe forever. That's it. So what happens? Are there characters that live? Are there characters that die? What's going to happen to certain people? This book is full of emotion, and that's what makes this book so good. That's why Transformers is so special. That's why when Daniel Warren Johnson leaves, you got to have a writer that takes his place that's going to put that same type of emotion and heart and passion in that comic book. That's what makes the book so good. So again, we shall see. We'll see what happens in issue 12. Great book, guys. Like I said, 28 pages, $4. Noteworthy comics. We're going to kick it off, as usual, with Marvel. We got the Venom War, Venom issue 37, followed by Ultimate Black Panther. This is issue 8. Then we have Fantastic Four. This is issue 25. Then we have Vengeance of Moon Knight Solid Story. This is issue 9. We then have the final issue of Star Wars. This is issue 50. Fans of Spider-Gwen, you're going to get Spider-Gwen the Ghost Spider. This is issue 5. Then we have Spider-Man Reign 2. This is issue 3. Followed up by more Venom War stuff. We got Venom War Carnage issue 2. We got Venom Separation Anxiety issue 5. Then we have Venom War Wolverine issue 1. That could be a cool one though, right? We have Venomverse Reborn issue 4. There's a lot of Venom stuff, man. You want to talk about an over-exaggeration of the character. Maybe it's just because the movie's getting ready to come out, I would think. And then you have Blood Hunters issue 2. So that's Marvel. Let's move on to DC. We have Batman and Robin issue 13. We then have Shazam issue 15, which I think this was delayed a week. Then we have Absolute Power Task Force 7 issue 6. Pretty solid. Then we have Batman Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age. This is issue 4. Followed by From the DC Vault, Death in the Family, Robin Lives issue 3. Then we have DC vs. Vampires World War V. This is issue 2. And then we move on to the indies, where we have Department of Truth issue 25. Followed by The Scorched issue 33. For the Power Ranger and Godzilla fans, we have Godzilla vs. the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2 issue 5. Then we have Time Waits. This is issue 1. This is from Distillery. Then we have Masters of the Universe Revolution. This is issue 4. Followed by Johnny Quest issue 2, which was pretty solid. Then we have Dynamite's Vampirella issue 672. Then we have Gotcha Man issue 3. And then if you guys want it, we got Void Rivals issue 1. There's the 10th printing variants out there. There's a ton of them. Go for it, guys. And there you have it. There are the top 10 most anticipated and noteworthy comic books for September 11th, 2024. If there's anything that you're interested in, let me know in the comments below, guys. And as always, if you love the content, there's more content right here for you to click on. And of course, guys, as always, support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always remember, read your comics so we have great comic conversation. Guys, thank you, and I'll see you real soon.